It's Thursday, everyone. I'm Andrew Dow. Time for a Happening in the Hamptons podcast, our weekly breakdown of the Hamptons market, new listings, and events on the East End. We are sponsored today by New York Title Abstract, the Hamptons' leading title insurance firm. Visit newyorktitle.com. We have Steve Glick, Dave Rutiner, and today, Mr. Rod Cummings. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us on this unseasonably, unusually cold. It just feels like
bizarrely cold.
Bizarrely cold. February, but as cold as it is out, you got a lot going on. I don't want to use the cliche, it's cold outside, but business is heating up, but it kind of is, right? So let's talk about rentals, and then you have a couple exclusives we want to get to. You were saying that the rental market right now is quite busy for you.
Yes, it is. Surprisingly, despite the 12 inches of snow and sub-zero temperatures, we have buyers really at the ready to secure their July and August or seasonal rentals. I can't believe the number of calls and inquiries I have from direct clients and other brokers that want to show properties. I've been doing a ton of showings. In fact, I have a bidding war over on two different properties of mine where I've had to do some showings and explain there actually is a swimming pool, there actually is a deck, there actually is a hot tub and grass.
Once the foot of snow melts, it's really nice.
And as I described, I am like Marge Gunderson in Fargo with my my boots and hat and scarf and gloves and kind of shovel and showing them here's where the pool is.
And that like Canadian Midwest accent.
Exactly. So I won't try to fake it right now because I'll make a fool of myself, however, but that's basically the way it's going. And so there are a lot of people that want to be here in this summer based on, I think, a lot of different factors. They want to buy, they want to test it out, see what it's like. They see the inventory, which is scarce in our rental market and in our for sale market. So they want to be on the ground to buy, and they want to get out of the city. Most of the clients are from the city, the rental clients, or from the general Northeast. And, they don't want to miss out as maybe they have in years past. And if a rental property is priced correctly, it's going to go and have multiple interests, as I see.
Yeah, they're smart to jump on it early and secure your summer plans. It's like, you're going to be here in the Hamptons this summer, so just get it out of the way, find the best one. And the best ones are earlier in the season. Like in January, you can get a great rental.
True, as is the case. And I think a phenomenon that lends itself to our activity right now, given that it's so freezing, is that people are inside their homes in bed drinking coffee or wine and perusing the listings because they can't go outside. And they're like, we can't take this. Let's fantasize about summer. Wow. And they're seeing these beautiful images of what the Hamptons lifestyle is in the summer, and they don't want to miss out. And they think they're going to perhaps get a deal or at least secure what they want. Because again, if you take a look at the inventory, and I get calls regarding rental inventory and regarding sales inventory every day, when are the properties coming on the market? And I've been talking to people for years, and I said, just like I said last year, the year before that, and the year before that, when there's a property that comes on the market that you like that's within your budget, you need to come out and see it. Gone are the days, like in 2018 or 2019, where we would line up a week in advance and I'd show them 8 or 9 properties to come and shop around. It's when one thing comes on the market,
you got to be like, let's go.
Well, particularly segueing into, I'm just launching a new listing this week at 13 Beach Lane in Quogue Village South, which is a gorgeous turnkey estate in prime Quogue Village South, very coveted corner. There is zero inventory available. It's $6.5 million, 6,000 square foot house, immaculate, impeccable, totally chic, designer decorated. And it is the one and only property in that immediate area. We just had our first brokers yesterday. We had about 30 people visit.
Wow.
And we are lining up showings for the rest of the week and having open houses on the weekend. And despite it being Super Bowl Sunday, I already have appointments lined up.
Wow.
So strategically,
It's not going to be a good Super Bowl, I don't think.
No, the Eagles aren't in. Of course it's not going to be a good Super Bowl.
Tell us about this area, Rod, because this is a really unique area in Quogue. Am I going to pronounce it wrong or right? It's Quogue, right?
Quogue, not to be confused with Quaog,
All
its
right.
neighbor.
It
But
is
yes,
Quogue.
we're in
Okay.
Quogue Village right here at
Yep.
13 Beach Lane.
God, it's so beautiful. Look at
It's a
this.
beautiful,
Yeah,
and it is a
it's unbelievable.
legacy neighborhood that has been for years a little bit insulated, centered around the Quogue Field Club, and you have multi-generational Quogue families living there. And in recent years, it's been, I think, more opened up to people seeing the beauty, and people, a lot of buyers who were maybe looking alternative or priced out of Southampton Village. When you drive around, it looks very similar, and it's immediate to the beach. It's Ocean Beach, and it's, immediate to the sweet little village with Schmidt's Market from Southampton last year, a year before that, moved to Quogue Village, and it's kind of the mainstay gathering place of the community. It's a real old-fashioned, old-school Hamptons vibe there, with beautiful turn-of-the-century houses, 1920s houses, and of course some new construction. But it is beautiful, bucolic, beautiful tree-lined streets. During the summer, there are kids riding around in tennis whites on bikes.
Yep.
And it is the kind of old-school Kennedy-esque vibe, if you will.
I love it.
And we have, to its neighbor to the west, West Hampton Beach, we have buyers who are very discerning and very particular in their location. And it's really between those two. Find me something in West Hampton Beach Village or Quogue Village.
I love it. I love driving around the street. Sometimes I just take, Post Lane and go over the bridge there just to go the long way back to West Hampton, just because I enjoy driving through that area. It's really, really special. And you drive so slow, and you see the big, beautiful houses, the wide streets, tree lined.
It's the ultimate combination. You have the beautiful area, but then this construction, this build is so incredible.
This happens to be a very distinct build. It was built in the 70s, which you can't tell.
Really? Would never guess that.
Correct. It's been, through the decades, it's been renovated a few times, most recently in 2021. The original build was by a Scandinavian architect whose name escapes me right now, but it was built kind of lodge-like with these soaring ceilings on different levels.
The fireplace.
Created so there are multiple gathering spaces and also multiple large private spaces to retreat to. And it's a real convertible house because it's set up as a 6-bedroom. It lives as a 4 or 5-bedroom with extra den spaces. And it integrates the inside and outside beautifully. And it's got, as I said, soaring ceilings, exposed beams. It's all beautiful whites and creams, and designer decorated. In fact, it's so turnkey. It is available as is with full contents if somebody wanted to have an experience where they could buy it, close on it, and move right in and enjoy living there pretty much immediately with everything that you see.
It's a great home, and good luck. I know you're going to be very busy this weekend, so if you are out here and, even before the Super Bowl, you can come see it. Rod, you were talking about the snow and showing the rentals and getting the listings up. So what happens if you are trying to list your home right now and there's tons of snow out there, right? What tools are you seeing that the marketing department's been using to help take a snowy house and put it online and still make it look fabulous?
The best tool would be a snowblower and a shovel, which I have in the back of my car, of course. As I said, I have all of those tools in the back of my car. But in terms of marketing tools, it's amazing what we can do with AI and how that is an asset to individual agents, brokers, and our obviously marketing team here that can take a house that where the sellers were not necessarily considering selling in the height of the season, which we always encourage people to do. If you're thinking of listing, let's take pictures in September.
Sure.
When it's gorgeous, but more than not, that doesn't happen. And so people were not expecting what we have on the ground right now, which looks a lot like Fargo, North Dakota, but we are in the beautiful Hamptons. So with the magic of AI and the expertise of our marketing team, we were able to take a winterized house and make it look like it is July and August.
I know. It's pretty amazing. So it's like the snow doesn't look like it's really going anywhere. And if your plans are to like, hey, I want to rent my house, I want to put it up because the market, is so active with the rentals, or the sale market's low inventory, I want to put it on now and capitalize on it. Don't sit around and just wait for the snow to melt. We could definitely take the photos in the snow, run it using some AI tools, use our marketing department, and make it look like summer.
We have very active buyers As I said, the buyers are calling me asking when the inventory is going to be hitting. And I said, well, one just came on this week and there may be another one next week, but you're not going to see dozens of properties come on the market week to week.
Right.
People are here to stay. They enjoy being here. People are not wanting to leave or sell. They're clearly holding on to their properties. If they're going to go to Italy, whatever, for the summer, they're going to rent and get a premium from their property because we have a scarcity in the rental market as well.
Yeah.
This is a great holding. We see how wacky and turbulent the financial markets are in the world. People are not quite sure. Are you buying a house? Are you buying gold? Or what are we doing?
Right.
And I would equate Hamptons property to the gold market.
Absolutely.
Because we are prices.
It's an asset. Yeah.
It's an asset. It is a living, breathing asset, as
Yep.
I tell my clients, something that you can enjoy and not just watch on the computer screen, but you could live in it, and the return is pretty much immediate. And speaking to what you said about listing right now and being able to show the property as a summer property or in its summer splendor. On 13 Beach Lane, my client happens to be a landscape designer, so very particular about how we're going to show the property. So in terms of how sophisticated AI is, I'm able to talk about the specific varieties of her
Trees.
plantings
Yeah,
and
wow.
say boxwoods go here, they are round and not square, there are white everlasting hydrangeas along the back, Kentucky bluegrass in the front with crepe myrtles that are white, and this one is pink.
Yep.
And voila, the client was so discerning but so impressed when she saw my pictures. She just couldn't believe I was able to recreate what actually is
amazing.
going to be blooming in June.
Yeah, and like normally that would take us, days or maybe a week to we could accomplish that. It takes a longer time. Now with these enhancements of these tools online, we're able to do it, in a
That day.
matter of minutes, hours, to perfect it and make it right and right to the specifications of a landscape designer using the tools. It's pretty impressive and pretty wild to see how these tools are helping our business, and it's just only getting better from there.
Right. It's also a credit to our firm because we're able to adapt and react very quickly. I still see listings being launched both on the rental and the sale market with snow-covered properties or beds unmade, or I don't want to see anybody's Aveeno lotion sitting on the bathroom counter, among other things.
Well, you have a great attention to detail. Yeah, your attention to detail, you pick up on everything. So all your listings, I know you really are very particular, looking at the photos, the copy, the specs, well before you launch the listings, and you get it perfect on the onset. And it shows because, like you said, you launch this property and immediately, yes, it's a rare, coveted area, but it's a lot to do with the presentation you put forward to get 30 people through broker open house day one,
It is a lot of work, but the mission is always to get it, list it, and sell it.
Yeah.
And so you've got to be as perfect as possible. And, I'm not only just the listing agent, I'm the ambassador for the property. I've got to stand behind it and know everything. And
you're the
present
coach. You're the
And it's
guy.
your brand. It's your brand too. It's your brand.
It is.
Yeah. And it shows. And it's great. So I have a quick question, there's the low inventory, but there's also homes that are overpriced that are currently out there. So what's your advice to if you're a buyer looking to, purchase something and you see a property and may be a little outside your budget? Is there any flexibility on these homes? What's your advice to the buyers? So they just put in an offer or what?
Of course, if it's something that a buyer sees that they like, that may be slightly outside of their price range, they have to come and see it. If it is in the 5 millions and their budget is in the 3 millions, let's wait and let's take a look and see what comes on. Mm-hmm. But if you're wanting to pay, let's just say less than 2 million, and you see a property that's 1.9, or you see a property that's 2.1 or 2.2, my question is, why wouldn't you come and take a look at it? You like everything that you see.
Yeah.
You're going to like it even more when you see it in person. And what's standing in the way of you making an offer?
Yeah. There's still some flexibility on the pricing, even though the price is listed at X. You never know.
Well, look,
Anyone's
as
situation.
I have a really big property in East Quogue over the Quogue Wildlife Refuge. The sellers are determined to hold firm on their price. It's at just over 1.9. They are motivated sellers.
Okay.
And is probably going to trade less than that. They know it. I know it. And it's going to take the savvy, smart buyer who likes it to make an offer and get it accepted. As I said earlier, when we were talking off the record, I have a couple properties that have gone into contract sold, and there are the buyers who call up, the proposed buyers, customer shoppers who passed on the property because there was work to be done, and they thought it was a little overpriced. They're like, how did it trade for this price? I'm like, they made an offer which was accepted. Why didn't you? It's hard for them to speak to that.
It's free to make an offer, right, Dave?
It is.
Nothing. I think the interesting thing is that some people are hesitant to do it, and that must be so frustrating. You were saying that earlier. So it's like, you know, what is going on in their mind where they say, oh no, you know, I'm not going to make the offer at 1.9. It's listed for 2.2.
Right. What is the difference between making a price under ask or waiting for it to come down?
Yeah.
There's some justification that they feel like, oh, I'm going to wait for it to come down. And my answer is always, no, you're going to wait for me to call you and let you know it's in contract.
Right. 'Cause somebody else made the offer that
it's
you
just-
should make. You know?
That's funny. And to your point earlier, it's like, oh, will they find it insulting to the seller? The seller doesn't know who you are. I do all that heavy lifting.
Yeah,
it's just like, if it's a no, it's a no. But I may come back to you and say, okay, here's their counter.
Yeah.
Or here's where you can
I
make
wonder
a
if
deal.
it's like rejection, like, you know, fear of rejection. I don't know. It's a
It's a
bizarre
psychological
thing.
game.
Yeah,
all
it's
around,
definitely a
you know,
mental game.
It
you know?
definitely
I would like to
Interesting.
lie a few of my buyer clients down on the couch and use my old repertoire and kind of analyze what is going on with them, what's blocking them from going forward. But it's they need to take advisement from their seasoned realtors who know exactly what's
Well
what's
said.
going
Yeah.
on.
well said.
You have so much experience. You've seen it so many times.
Yep.
You know, it's so helpful.
Well, yeah, and I tell my client, I just lost a deal whereby my clients have an accepted offer on a property that we've been shopping for 2 years. They're very conservative buyers. This was a property listed above $2 million. We had an accepted offer under $2 million. I told them this is an incredible deal. They want to do a bunch of work to it and invest just under $1 million. They're still going to have value there. And they got the contract, and they're pausing on the contract. And they're holding on to the contract. And they're like, let's regroup after the weekend. I go, that's not a good idea. And I refuse to, sound like a used car salesman, but I give them all of my best advice. And, I don't like to strong arm them. But I said, here is what I'm thinking is going to be happening this weekend. Oh, the weather's cold. I go, I have a full lineup of appointments. And I know all of my colleagues too.
Yep.
Sure enough, they lost the property. They're really upset. And I told you what to do, and you had an incredible deal on this property, and a cash offer came in, a couple $100,000 more than they were prepared to pay, and they had the deal of a lifetime that they lost, and it's gonna be hard to replicate that. So if you have a broker, you want an intelligent, savvy broker. If you have that, just as you have, you listen to your medical professionals on what's going on with your body in terms of the land. Listen to your broker. And if you don't feel like you could listen to your broker, then you're not with the right broker.
Ooh,
That's fair.
damn, that's good. Yeah,
that is
I
good.
love it.
Bang,
Well said.
let's do it.
Let me use that as a transition point, Steve. Let's go big picture with the numbers. What do you got?
Yeah, it's hard to follow that up. But hey, this week, rounding out the last week of January, 25 listings went into contract compared to last year, 23, increase of 9%. 25 is great to see in this winter period that we're at. 2 years ago, it was 28 listings, a decrease of 11%. The breakdown of the 25 transactions, there was one over $25 million, two between 5 and 10 million, 7 between 3 and 5, 8 between 2 and 3, 6 between 1 and 2, and 100 million. Dollar volume, $113 million in 1 week. Last year was 74 million, increase of 53%. 2 years ago, the dollar volume was 94 million, so an increase of 20%. There were only 16 new listings that came onto the market, so that's a deficit of 9 listings to the overall inventory. The breakdown of the 16 new listings, 1 between 10 and 15 million, 4 between 5 and 10 million, 3 between 3 and 5 million, 6 between 2 and 3 million, and 2 between 1 and 2 million, and 0 under $1 million. Inventory, 1,548 total listings, 1,208 active, and 340 in contract. So this is great to see 25 listings going into contract. Only 16 new coming on the market. So I guess the snow is deterring people to put their house on the market, but you shouldn't, because
We were
have
saying that
AI.
last week. Because we have
We have AI. Don't worry about it. We
Don't
got it. But
hesitate.
it's been pretty active January. So
Has
it's
been
great.
an active January.
Yeah, we've seen some big numbers going into contract, big things selling. So it's going to be a great outlook for 2026. Starting
List.
off with a bang.
List now. Dave, what are you
Yes.
doing inside this weekend?
Well, no,
This is gonna be
I'm
like
starting
10
out with
degrees.
outside.
All right.
Because we got the Harbor Frost.
It's a great weekend to be freezing.
Harbor Frost.
Yeah, it's a great Sunday Super Bowl, man. Where are we watching the Super Bowl?
That's right. But so Saturday's the Harbor Frost that starts at 1, goes on until 6. The big highlight is the fireworks. They have the what is it? I almost said Gucci, but it's Grucci, right? Grucci fireworks
Gucci.
at 5:30. And that's just such a fun time. It's great for all ages. It's a family event, but there's all the restaurants are open, and you can cruise around. You look at all the ice sculptures, and the whole village of Sag Harbor just comes completely alive. They have, fire people that do the fire spinning. It's a lot of fun. I pretty much go every year. So you don't want to miss that. If you want to do a little bit of dancing,
Yeah.
Steve,
I do.
in the mood for some dancing?
Yep. I'm ready.
So there's a disco happy hour at Calissa's on Fridays in Watermill. So that sounds fun, right? And it's pretty good. Looks like a good deal. $10 cocktails and $10 appetizers from 5:30 to 7. And there's a DJ spinning disco inspired beats.
Cool.
So you keep it like an early night, and then also in Sag Harbor, you have Radio Atlantis playing at Bay Street Theater on February 7th from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. if you're interested in checking out some live music of Alanis Morissette. Remember Alanis Morissette in the 90s?
Yeah. She's going to be performing?
No, it's
Oh.
it's like a
Remember her music? Not her.
a tribute
Somebody just like her, though.
a tribute band. She's a
Jagged Little Pill.
She's a tribute band.
All right, a tribute band. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So
That's
we
kind of
do the
ironic.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then what do we want to? We want to give a shout out to Shippies, man. What a great
Well, that's a
restaurant.
great place to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a good
on
Super Bowl
Sunday,
spot for Sunday.
I'm torn between who I'm rooting for.
NFC.
I guess my son wants to see Drake May do it.
Yeah.
Cinderella
Yeah.
season, great season. So, second year quarterback.
Yeah, it's cool.
Let's go. Let's go Patriots.
Yeah, why not? You don't like the Patriots, really?
I'm not allowed
No
to
one
like
really
the
likes the
Patriots.
Patriots. I like just the
they're
quarterback, though.
cool.
But, what are you going to do? I think it's going to be a good game because both teams are playing the hearts out this season, and we'll see how
What's
it
the
goes.
spread? What's
And
the spread?
excited to see the halftime show of Bad Bunny. That's going to be good.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good weekend.
Good
Dad.
weekend. There you go.
Yeah.
How about
you
you,
go.
Rod? You're busy.
He'll
You're
be
not.
showing-
He's not allowed to have any fun.
like
He's
the
got
Super
work to
Bowl?
do. Yeah.
I say what now? What's playing? Who's on first?
Who's on first?
Bad Bunny, 8:00. Be there.
Yeah,
You're excited for Bad Bunny, right?
Of course I
Yeah,
am.
come on. There you go.
Right. Man, I'm a Bad Bunny.
That one song where it drops and everyone gets real excited. I forget the name of the song, but it's
I
like,
think he's going to do great.
good.
I think.
Oh, yeah, it'll be
it's-
great.
It's very energetic. I think it's going to be a great show all around. So
You can't look. You can't ever please everybody with the halftime show.
No.
It doesn't matter who it is. You get online.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, I loved it. I hate it. I whatever. It's like
It's a little controversial, too controversial, but let him roar.
well,
it's his year. He just won the Grammy. He won
like,
album of the year. So
Yeah.
he's on pace to do it. So
they're all memorable. My favorite. I remember when Eminem did the halftime show with Dr. Dre and 50 Cent, and that's like my high school years.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my god, I couldn't believe it. So they're all memorable.
of course, it's a
Yeah.
great show. Great time.
All right. In the meantime, we'll call that a podcast, and we'll be back next week to discuss the winner of the Super Bowl and some real estate. Until then, Rod, thank you so much for joining us. Good luck with this great new listing you got, which is live on Hamptons.com too. So while you're checking out what to do this weekend, that is a featured listing. Until next week, I'm Andrew Dowd. That is what's happening in the Hamptons.